I already went live, so I can say hi to everybody. We have
it.
Now you
Now
gotta
you
turn
gotta
it.
turn it. Oh, dang on echoes on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Hey. Oh God. Somebody just sent me a tweet from your husband.
What he do?
He didn't start it.
What he do?
He didn't start.
Where
I
is
was about
that?
to ask you. You said we was already live. You saw Thug's tweet
Oh,
yesterday, right?
okay. Yeah.
And he responded to that, but I mean, of course, we know Thug then since deleted the tweet, so you can only see
Yeah.
his part. Yeah.
Oh my God. Hi everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey y'all. Kayla is upright. I said one day, where y'all been? I said, baby Jack.
I felt so bad. I'm like, I can't do it. I got to get up today. It was 5 o'clock, and I was like, okay, 2 more hours.
Baby kicking butt, okay? Baby is kicking butt. She upright, smiling, hair braided. Listen.
I know, and that's another thing. I said, I can't keep going on WTF without my hair. Now, I'm not doing another one. Oh my God. Hi, everybody. But I knew this week we could not skip WTF.
It just kept. Listen, the amount of WTFs that have happened in the last 48 hours, I'm like, is this extended April Fools or are we playing? Like, what is happening? And then I thought I was being good the other day by not speaking on. I was like, I'm not going to speak on APD because people know that I be talking shit about APD. So I'm not going to speak on it when the scooter stuff happened. Right. Then I was like, I'm be good. And then they come to me like, hey, Viverito is testifying right now. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to be good because they going to say I'm being mean. I just hate Atlanta. I'm Kayla friend. They going to say all kind of stuff. Then I'm like, I'm over here holding my 1-2 together in Thug poster. Oh, I ain't got to hold my shit. I'm like, oh, man.
Okay, well, we are waiting on Mel, but it's so much stuff. So speaking of that, we'll just start. Miss Sylvia was in the courtroom, and she got some good content. So I'm just gonna start at what I think is an important part.
Keisha said Mel always like, leave Mel alone.
Right. Oh, well, let me see if I can. Hold on. Copy and paste over here.
I know, right? It feel like it's been so long. They said it's been so long in the comments. We had to wait until Baby said it was okay for us to do another one, okay? Hello, hello. What happened? There she go.
Am I up?
You up? We live.
Hey y'all, I can't see. I'm putting up my link.
Oh. We back. Baby said we can have a
We've heard so far is speculation. If they want to play the calls, we can continue this 20 more times and listen to the calls.
Oh wait, let me make sure I got the right one.
Say what these people were talking about.
Is this from Miss Sylvia, baby? Because please, I saw Miss Sylvia.
I already called and asked. I called and asked.
Miss Sylvia said you didn't credit.
I called and asked.
She's been seeking and obtaining or allowing the interception of communications on his phone number.
Mr. On that a bunch of these folks' heads. Not playing with y'all.
Is this the music video that you were
No.
in any way? There you go, fellas. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor.
Granted.
Investigator Viverito, I'm going to hand you a couple of discs, compact discs that
I hope it's the right part.
labeled for purposes of identification states Exhibit G. Can you please look at these two discs? Do you recognize those?
I do.
How do you recognize?
These should be the discs containing the music videos that I downloaded.
Okay. And those are the music videos that you just testified to downloading that depict John J. Sean Smith.
Yes.
And one of these music videos depicts John J. Sean Smith at the incident location.
Yes, in 2022, he filmed a music video at the incident location.
And that's 1043 Sparks Street.
Yes.
So the video files that are written to those two compact discs, are they exact
It's
visual
at
copies of the video files that you
I like how y'all do that. Put in, yeah, we're ready. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Mr. Sanders, the wiretap target, and an unidentified gentleman that goes by the name Unk, or he's being referred to as Unk.
I'm going to object to this slide again. If they're about to play the call, but her conclusions and her interpretation is not the evidence.
Well, I think she was just identifying who was on the call, so I'm going to overrule. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on that, a bunch of these folks' heads. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Viverito is gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again.
Miss Sylvia, that's what I do. Back, I stop and talk.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Did y'all heard?
Okay, so that's the first part of the interesting part of the testimony. You know, oh God, here I go talking about Viverito again. But I mean, she just conjures up all these things and she just makes up so much stuff. Like,
Who said she the voice of the streets is what I want to know. Like, how does Viverito know everything?
What is what is the requirement to put? Because she take like 25% information. She go put it together with everything else, like Pictionary. Lay out all the cards like a kindergartner playing match, and just make up a story based off of the pictures. They tell Dallas to do that in kindergarten. Let me tell you something. I know a woman right now that keep tabs so good on her husband, she could come up with the real story on the dang on Instagram if she had a couple of handles in a fake page. This girl don't do nothing but, like, what's the job description? Where do I apply? Because if all I need to do is scroll on Instagram, I can do that.
It's not funny to me because she's literally playing with people's lives. And people can, first of all, we learned in YSL trial, these people get on these phones and say whatever. Half of it is not even true. So where's your proof that this man had tickets on people's heads? Like, how is it that she gets to just go up there and say, oh yeah, this is what was going on? Show me proof. Like, that's what bothers me when it comes to her. She just get to say whatever and they take it as Bible.
My thing is, I mean, in my Erykah Badu voice, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Okay. So when I do my work, my quality work, the last thing I'm going to do is I just will call her less than quality person to verify my work. I don't need you on mine. That's a stain. The fact that she, like, even if everything that she is saying is true, the fact that she sat on the last trial and said that she would absolutely misrepresent information to a judge to get a warrant for arrest, even after knowing that the information she represented was about Lil Uzi Vert getting the pink diamond in his head, she absolutely looked Max Sharp in the face and said, I would do it again the same way. Yes, I would do it again. That right there, don't come near my work. Because if I busted my ass doing my investigation, you're not going to come sprinkle your Viverito all over it and have people looking at my work crazy.
I'm finna play this part. I think this is the part where I'm finna play this part. I think this is where she's being cross-examined. Hold on.
Those just demonstrate that you can see his relationship with the higher ranking members of the gang, including Lance Royster and Keontae Sanders. And you'll also see Trevante Turner featured in several of these photos, who's also a higher ranking member of the gang. But the social media photos are not my only basis for that.
Okay. You said that when Mr. Sprinkle asked you, you said he was in the photos with some high-ranking members.
Correct.
Right? And you said that you were not aware of any gang tattoos on him.
I have not reviewed his tattoos yet.
Okay. To show you're not aware of any gang tattoos
Correct.
that he has. And you said there were, quote, no other factors to conclude that he's in the gang aside from what you heard on the wiretap and in those photos. Is that correct?
Right, with the leader of the gang confirming that he's a member of the gang, that's one of our factors that we use through our criteria.
And who's we? APD?
The Atlanta Police Department, yes.
Okay. And are there statutory provisions that say somebody's in a gang, or you guys just get to decide that?
No, there's statutory provisions, 3 or more, organization, association, or group associated.
No, I love when you do this one.
Formal or informal.
I love this
common
one.
Identifiers, signs, symbols, graffiti, tattoos, things of that nature.
And you would agree with me, no tattoos that you've
That I've seen, yes.
Nothing in there for graffiti?
No.
Right? He's not flagging or making any kind of hand signs?
No.
And you said previously, no other factors but for that association and the wiretap conversation.
And our association, or his association with other members of OMF. Not everybody can take pictures like these. And like I said, there was an instance where him and Mr. Sanders had to confront a member of the gang for conduct unbecoming to the gang, and they were the two that did it.
Okay, but you're making distinctions between associates and members. You said that Mr. Caldwell is a member, but you have no evidence of membership that you've testified about today.
The evidence of membership that we use as our SOP for our criteria, and this is he's a member of OMF based on the gang's own leader referring to him and saying, Lee is fam, Lee is a member, Lee is one of us, you're not going to touch him.
So if he's on wiretap saying, don't touch Mr. Says, he's one of us, I am a gang member, I have no say in that. Somebody else gets to label me.
Fam don't
But
mean
he
touch.
also had that conversation, the preceding conversation with Mr. Caldwell, and then the fact that he's in these photos with high-ranking members of the gang, cumulatively, that lets us know he's a member of the gang.
Okay, I've been photographed with Chief Justice John Roberts. Am I?
Ronnie, I feel you, and I think the black man that hurt her feelings resides somewhere in zone 3.
And he became a rapper.
Or became a rapper.
He became a rapper, and she went to the concert, and he said he didn't remember her. I think it's deeper than that, Mel. I said this person left her at prom, stood her up before prom, and they never made it. Never made it. And then he became a rapper, because this is ridiculous.
Trevante Turner.
Correct.
Is that correct? And
Y'all heard Trevante.
Trevante Turner was a member of 9 Trey and now OMF.
Around 2020 is when he started claiming OMF.
Okay. And you also testified in what is commonly known as the YSL trial.
Correct.
And you are aware of the PowerPoint for Operation Planters that the DA's office put up that you testified about?
No, I had nothing to do with Operation Planners.
Okay. You're aware of the slides and the connections that Trevante Turner was claimed to have had in that trial?
Again, I have no.
Yeah, they took my thread, yes.
Planners. I didn't even live in the state when that was going on.
That's threat.
Trevante Turner, aka Threat.
I know he had a relationship with Kenneth Copeland.
Okay. And in this case, it was claimed that threat was not 9-tray or OMF or PF, but was YSL and 30D, correct?
I don't know about that investigation.
Okay. Are you a gang expert in your own words?
Okay.
You don't know about planters?
Like right now, asking her if she knows what happened in a whole different trial in which none of these fellows were directly involved is completely irrelevant and improper.
But she lying on the stand. She doesn't know about Operation Planners. Maybe 27 Piece knew about Operation Planners, and she wasn't even tapped in like Viverito.
You and the state contend.
Wasn't she the one that tried to make threat YSL?
The death of Trevante Turner.
Correct.
Is that correct? And you testified that Trevante Turner was a member of 9-tray and now OMF.
Around 2020 is when he started claiming OMF.
Okay. And you also testified in what is commonly known as the YSL trial.
Correct.
And you are aware of the PowerPoint for Operation Planters that the DA's office put up that you testified about?
No, I had nothing to do with Operation Planners.
Okay. You're aware of the slides and the connections that Trevante Turner was claimed to have had in that trial?
Again, I had no.
Yeah, they took my track, yes.
Planners. I didn't even live in the state when that was going on.
Did you know anything about Trevante Turner, aka Threat?
I know he had a relationship with Kenneth Copeland.
Put Woody back on that stand and see what happens.
You gonna give Viverito bringing up threat? Because let the man rest. You just putting
Let
him more.
the man rest. You didn't stick his name in that whole indictment from 2022 until the time that man left up out of here, and now all of a sudden wouldn't say his dang on name. That was the whole big issue about the dang on secret mating. Was that his name was said? Y'all wanted to act like this man didn't exist until he left up out of here, and then wait till Woody say his name. Now all of a sudden everybody know his name. Man.
Like I said, she ain't even live in the state. I can't comment on it because I'm scared for my life. I don't want my phone to be tapped. It probably already is. I'm too closely connected. I'm just gonna put out the facts. I don't want to be indicted on a RICO.
Because that's all it takes at this point. Because I'm trying to figure out how she's still saying high-ranking member when she said in the last trial and said hybrid greens don't have a hierarchy. Why are you trying to charge somebody as the leader? How's there a leader with no hierarchy? So now
a gang member with none of the statutory requirements.
Last trial, Threat was 30 deep and YSL affiliated. Now this trial, she wasn't even in Atlanta. Don't know him, just know he connected to Woody, but he OMF and 9-tray.
And she wasn't in the state, and she don't know nothing about planters.
How do they keep letting her get on the stand? Like she's not credible at all.
There's
And
no way.
I still want to know why they still not showing her face when I got to see those triple D's across my ex timeline every other day. I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that. How is she not allowed to show her face?
Let me tell you something. I'm just playing devil's advocate. If I have busted my ass, did my best work, sleepless nights, long days, missing time and dinners with my family to put together this investigation, why the hell would you put her on it to let somebody look at your shit like it's not even credible when you done your job? I would never let her nowhere near nothing.
She really needs to be. She is the definition of pushing paperwork. She needs. That's the piece.
I wouldn't touch it. She don't need to touch that. She need to go sit in a library and crochet. I wouldn't even touch her to check in the book.
Crochet.
She don't need to do nothing.
She doesn't deserve, especially black men. Baby, go send her to Utah or somewhere. She does not deserve to be in any close proximity to African American males. She really seems to have a problem. It's like it's sad. I can't explain it, but she needs to go now. Viverito, she would never be in the case of mine. She would never be she is not a good witness.
Don't touch anything. Anything that come out your mouth could be a lie, but the fact that you doubled down on your lie in that last trial and said, even knowing the truth, you still would have represented it the same way. That's the dangerous part. You'll lie with a smile on your face, but the thing is, you'll lie while you know the truth. Get told the truth and double down on it. You know, yeah.
Well, okay, so you guys ready to move on? Because I mean,
Burrito ought to be ashamed. I just saw a post that asked when Shame was coming back in style. Baby, we need to ask the question because she ain't shame or nothing.
She is not shame. Hey, Miss Sylvia, thank you so much for letting us use your clip.
Sylvia. I don't even understand how you sat there and listened to that, Miss Sylvia. I'd have been back there sounding like an old church lady.
Put me shouldn't have been up there. And how did how she
lives hang in the balance based off of her as an expert? I say you put his story, anybody in blue, you take their story next to her story. Whoever got the less amount of lies get to go home. How about that? Let's try that.
It's terrible. It's terrible. She's
terrible. It's absolutely. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. No different. It's no different than what she been doing for years. It's just in the light, but like you said, it's no shame. But okay, so y'all know I'm trying to stay on track. So speaking of liars, let's go. I want to play this 911 call.
Good, because I didn't hear the whole call, so
I didn't even listen to it. Okay, let's go.
First time I didn't hear the whole call.
911 operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
The location is 27.
With the transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye.
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, DeKalb. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you could send both. There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house.
What's your name?
I'm sorry, what is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
Why can't I hear it?
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in that house.
Okay.
Right.
Give me one moment.
Okay.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Okay, you said the female is naked.
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low
Is he
haircut.
black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives. I believe. Well,
What
it
color
looks
shirt
like
and
this is
pants do he have on?
blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not
What
sure. I
color
didn't really get
t-shirt?
the. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay, give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received.
What happened?
Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. It's like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage. And then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Atlanta, what's your operator number?
8715.
And do you already have PD en route?
PD has been notified and it's being started.
Okay, stand by for
What's
fire.
your operator? You want fire?
Stand by. I'm not sure if the protocol is requested.
Okay.
Ma'am, are you with the patient now?
No, I'm a neighborhood watch. I'm just literally a neighborhood watch. I'm not in the house.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, no problem. About how old do you think she is?
She has to be about maybe. She looks a little underage, but I don't want to say that. You know, looks can be deceiving. So she's roughly, I'll say let's just say between 18 and 21. Somewhere between that.
Is she awake?
What do you mean? Is she awake? He's beating her bloody.
Conscious?
He's beating her bloody. He's dragged her back in the house.
Is she breathing?
Ma'am, he dragged her back in the house.
Okay, I understand that. I'm going to ask you some more questions. I understand you're not able to see what exactly is going on now.
That's crazy.
You muted, Mel.
I'm over here talking to my niece because I hear you guys in the comments like, "Oh my gosh, she's sick, she's a liar." If you've never been around a person who suffers from schizophrenia, I hear when I hear this, knowing that this was completely untrue, the first thing that popped in my mind is, does she have schizophrenia?
Well, she had went on her Instagram and said that somebody in that house had been abusing her, and that was her only way to get them arrested.
Well, I'm like, either something's just that was. I mean, it's evil, y'all. The man is gone. I'm not saying that, but I'm like, girl, listen to this story. Baby, can we get her a psych eval because
y'all know she had just interviewed. I mean, was at the Baddies cast.
Yeah, so like, babe, that's what's throwing me because baby, you love violence. What did you think was gonna happen when you went to the audition? So whatever, like,
I understand a lot of them girls on Baddies, they bipolar and they damn near schizophrenic too. Why else would you have such anger issues? Like, I hate to be the person. I'm not excusing her behavior.
Is she 5'2"?
Listening to that call, if you've been around a person with schizophrenia, they believe the hell out of their delusions. They believe what they're saying. So I don't know. I'm just saying, listen to that call was triggering as hell for me because why would you come up with something like that?
Is she 5'2"?
I'm just saying, get the girl a psych eval.
And she got a bond. She was taken into custody and she got a bond.
Yeah, whatever number, whatever diagnosis y'all want to put on it. She crazy. She's 5'7". So she tall as me, Miss Sylvia. Okay, so who 5'2"? The chick he left her phone. She couldn't go to the party no more, so she wasn't invited in the house. Like, what in the world make you know somebody 5'2" unless you know they 5'2"? Like, what? And then when it was silence, when you felt like she wasn't believing you, you add a baby. And then when you felt like they weren't moving fast enough, you add underage.
And you neighborhood watch.
What make you neighborhood watch? And if she naked, what you said is happening right now? I ain't hear one pow. I don't even hear
her back in the house.
Oh gosh! And then while you sitting up here, oh, this is terrible. You sitting up here lying.
It's not hard to listen.
Lose his life.
He lost his life over this. You know, like, that's the sad part. And I just want to be clear that I wasn't excusing it. I was listening to the call like, now that we know it was a lie, I'm listening to the call like, damn, maybe she had schizophrenia because I see that. And they believe the delusions, and it sounds just like what she was saying. And on the flip side, it's like, damn, that man lost his life because she called.
Because you up here playing.
And I saw a lot of people saying like, okay, yeah, she was wrong, but he shouldn't have ran. I saw a lot of people saying that.
Let me tell you something. If I'm sitting in
I'm sweet. Right here beside me. She was like, they just don't get it. If y'all ain't never been around it.
Oh, no. Trust me.
Talking to the comments too. They like, oh, Mel, so sweet. No, that shit was triggering because my niece and I know firsthand experience what it feels like to deal with a person who's deep in the delusion and they believe it. We've heard these kind of stories before. We have seen this stuff before. So now that I know it was a lie, because I knew it was a lie before we heard the call, listening to how elaborate the story was and how she kept adding, I'm like, oh, this girl, something might be wrong with her. So, that's what we saying. Like, I hear
you know something wrong. And you know what? Everybody has heard this before. We just heard it not too long ago when the girl said it was a baby on the freeway. And she got taken all to try to get her boyfriend's sister to go get the boyfriend to talk to her again.
Type of crazy, though. I mean, not crazy. Oh, Lord. Sorry for saying
well, I about to say
mental illness. That girl on the expressway and what I'm hearing on this call and what I'm talking about is not the same type of mental illness.
It's getting worse. I know somebody that talk like this and just make up stuff like this now. Unfortunately, my family a little different. They ain't get no diagnosis. So my auntie just say with her shot out ass, like she a little left field. She ain't got them all. But this definitely sounds like one, when people aren't all the way there because they have no concept of consequences. If she had any type of concept of consequences, she would have never made that call because better than to make a fake call.
Yeah.
Better even as a kid than to call and hang
to make a fake or real call on black men unless something is seriously happening. I mean,
I'm not about it twice.
What are you calling the police for? Unless something is seriously happening to you or someone else, I'm not understanding why you're calling the police. And then if your neighborhood watch and these people ain't just start selling drugs today. But and like I said, people all the time, you know, I know a lot of people, a lot of my clients, you know, I ask them like, why did you run? Like I have clients that have no drugs on them, no gun, no nothing, and they still run from the police. And I'm just so confused, but it's just something in them that is PTSD is triggering, and their automatic response to police is to run. And then like I'm literally like, but you didn't have nothing, you wouldn't have went to jail if you didn't.
I don't run from the police, but I'm gonna tell you something about them getting behind me. It's like, oh my God, did I forget to take the bricks out the car? Like that's how scared I am. I just think
it's my license valid.
I hate to say it, but it may be environment, it may be where you grow up in. We just don't
know.
You just never know.
At that point, you don't know if you're going to make it home or not. And you can do everything right. You can be doing everything right. Everything can be legit, insurance up to date, license is just fine. And you just, I mean, you can't help it. I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm sitting somewhere, they said the man was celebrating his birthday or something. Is that true?
Birthday. It was his 39th birthday.
He was celebrating his birthday. If I'm sitting at a kickback, and I hear, whoo! I don't care if it's the police. I'm just sticking around to see who it is. Listen, hitting hurdles, corners, and skirts. I'm not waiting to see because that sounds like something could be happening. I'm not getting ready to. Too many things happen. Sandra Bland, there you go. Too many things happen where you just don't know. You just get nervous. It's just.
What about that other lady, that old lady that recently we watched the video clip? Remember that old lady, not Sandra? What that one? Her, the old lady. Was it in Detroit? Remember, she had looking for her medicine, or looking for something in her purse, and they ended up shooting her.
See,
y'all know who I'm talking about. We this happened during YSL. We talked about it. What was her name?
I remember Sonia Massey, but Sonia Massey was the one with the water.
Okay, Sonia Massey. Yeah, she was in the kitchen.
She was in the kitchen with the pot of water. Yeah. And knew she had mental issues. She was boiling water. Yeah.
And that right there brought me to realize, like most police departments, what I feel they should have, they try to train their officers on site, but they need an actual psychologist that can come on these calls because they understand what people are going through. Versus someone who's untrained, they're not going to understand what you're seeing. And I have seen it. It's something that should be addressed at some point. But because that officer, he wasn't trained to deal with her. She was clearly in a mental health crisis.
Well, the other thing I truly believe is that you can't police nothing you're scared of. You're never going to be comfortable. So you should not be allowed to police where you do not live because you're not going to understand. You're going to be scared of a 10-year-old. If you're not used to being in that neighborhood or used to being in that community or used to being in that environment, you are going to constantly be scared. You're uncomfortable. They should not be able to police where they do not live at all because they won't even be able to look at someone or start to hear that, hey, this is not sounding right. This is not looking good because they're already scared. You can put those people in there. That's why they'll jump out on a 12-year-old Tamir Rice. You're scared of them. You're scared of a child at a playground.
You know what, T, I always say that I tell this story all the time. That I remember when I think it was George Floyd, a little bit after it happened, you know, everybody was on alert. And I remember my cousin, he was drunk and he comes to the back of my mom's house and the police follow him because it's an older neighborhood. They may have just thought he was suspicious, but my cousin was literally tussling with the officer. And I was so scared. I thought he was going to shoot him and he did not. You know why? He saw he was drunk. He wasn't scared of him. And he made sure he calmed down. Like, listen, I wrote a letter to his office because I was just like, this is what I'm talking about. They don't do this. White officers, when they police their neighborhoods, they are able to disengage. Like they're able to do these things because, like you said, they're not afraid.
They're not afraid.
You can't police what you're afraid of. And I was so appreciative of the officer that day because it could have gone a totally different way. But again, like this is why that's important. That's really important. I thank that officer because it could have gone another way.
It could have, but when you're scared, it's fight or flight. There's no other options. You can't even conceive that there could be another thing going on. When you're able to not be in fight or flight mode, you can actually say, "Hey, this fool is drunk. You ain't, you can actually say, oh, that could actually cross your mind. But when you're in fight or flight, you in survival mode."
Okay, so I mean, I did a poll. I said, do you guys think she should be charged with more than what she's charged with?
She's only charged with the false statement, right?
With the
They're probably gonna. They better.
Like, you think she should be charged with the M word?
Maybe. I don't think they're gonna go all the way for the big M, but I think, well, I'm gonna say this: if anything comes out that she knew exactly what she was doing, it was a text message. I'm gonna get him. He think I'm playing. Oh, I seen that little 5'2", little light skinned huzzy go in there, or whatever like that. Then absolutely,
I can agree with it.
Yeah, if there's nothing else to it, and she was literally just because that would be premeditated. But if there's nothing else to it but this idiocy, then I would go with an involuntary M for real. I would. She can get the little M. But if it's anything out there say, oh, he got the right one. Yep. Because you knew exactly what you were doing. You didn't plan for it to go that way, but you was playing. You knew what you were doing, and this happened on the man's birthday.
On his birthday.
Birthday.
Why
is it that serious?
Well, I guess the other two things I wanted to talk about was Karen Read, which I don't know much about. I had started looking into it during the first trial, but I know Mel has been trying to keep up. I've been seeing her tweets, but I just see this public outrage, and I see that one of the things that I saw was one of the jurors is now on her defense team.
I saw that. I haven't really kept up with what's going on like outside because I'm watching the first trial.
Oh, you're watching the first one?
We're watching the first trial over. I did see that.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Kayla?
I don't know. That's interesting.
What would be the advantage? What would be the advantage of having? And she was an.
They know everything. They know all the discovery. They know they know the case better than anybody else.
And they know what 12 people were thinking.
Yeah.
Miss J, let me tell y'all what I said. I said, y'all remember the three jurors that have the YouTube channel. You think about them. They were like, oh, we would go to birthday parties, boom, boom. I said, you think these people didn't talk? They didn't congregate? They didn't talk about what was going on? That juror knows everything.
Everything.
That juror knows everything. Now, I don't see how, and I'm only, what are we, y'all, 12, 13 witnesses in? I don't see how we made it to trial. I don't see how we got to trial, but I really don't see why there wasn't a not guilty. So much doubt, it's crazy. I don't even understand how we didn't get a not guilty, but I got like 70 something witnesses to go. But I do get the outrage. I do get why people are so passionate about it.
And I just feel like one thing that I think that this system does, and I think they did it with Jeffrey, is it's like a double-edged sword. Either they play on you having no money, or they drain you until you have nothing. And then I think they're doing that to Melly. I think they're doing it to I think they did it to Tory Lanez. I don't really have an opinion either way on him, but I think that
I didn't see his case enough.
I mean, but he had to borrow money.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, he said he had to borrow money from Chris Brown.
Wow. Someone said that in my comments. They were like, "Man, thankfully she had resources. Some people say her lawyers are free.
I mean, at this point, she probably had the resources for the first one, but who knows what she has now?
It's so terrible. But so, Kayla, have you heard my 3 moments? Did you hear that they collected evidence in red Solo cups? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
yeah.
Red Solo cups in a stop and go bag. What dusting snow with a leaf blower? I was just like, what is going on here?
Somebody says she's $5 million in debt. Lauren says she's $5 million.
$5 million in debt is crazy.
I'd be so all of it.
I would assume that they were pro bono for the second. I mean, because at some point you gotta love your job. You know, you gotta love being a lawyer and love what you do and understand that it's not just about it's not just about, the money. It's about what's right.
It's been so the reason I started watching the trial is because if you're on X, you just start to see all this back and forth all the time with Karen Read. And one of my ex followers, Valerie, she started watching it, and we connected during the Melly trial. And I'm like, her tweets, and I'm seeing her like the Karen Read universe. Like, these some mean people. This is a mean bunch. Sometimes they can be crazy. Now I have more nice than crazy people on my ex account. And I was like, okay, I have got to see what's going on with this trial, because I don't want to just be wondering which side is right. And 11 witnesses in, I don't understand how we got here. I see nothing but corruption. I see very inexperienced officers who have 20 years plus experience. I understand why people are going so hard for her, because it's injustice, just a slap in the face, really, from what I can see. I mean, again, I got more witnesses to go, but it's been crazy.
Them people.
It's been crazy.
Oof.
They're trying to revoke Jeff's probation.
Yeah, they're trying to.
We all reading it at the same time. I'm reading it on the news.
That's why I started tapping the iPad like.
Look, that's why I know y'all like, what's Kayla looking at? I'm looking at this.
No, I'm looking on the iPad. That's why I looked over and started scrolling.
The Fulton County District Attorney's Office has filed a motion to revoke the probation of young thug whose name is Jeffrey Williams. Since sentencing, the defendant has engaged in conduct that threatens safety of witnesses, compromises ongoing legal proceeding, and wants immediate revocation of probation. Hold on, I gotta call my husband. Hold on.
I think so.
Take that post down.
I bet it's that Viverito picture. It was that damn post. I said that. I was like, what he shared.
But the thing is, let me tell you what else they took down, though. Let me tell you what else. Let me tell you what else I got. Because as soon as Thug posted that picture, Thugger Daily said, just know when another young thug jail call inevitably leaks in the next few days, it's definitely the state doing it as revenge for that tweet. I'm still convinced that they're the ones leaking they were the ones leaking the interrogations during trial to pressure the witnesses on their side, and it didn't work. Thugger Daily had already said as soon as Thug made that tweet, it's about to be revenge in the next couple of days. It hasn't been 2.
Bro, that just done fucked my whole mood up. Because why won't leave that?
Yeah, here like.
And that's why I was sitting here going.
But it's like this whole free speech thing. It's no free speech.
He can't say nothing. And what is that intimidation?
But F that. The lady is a liar. They need
witness?
Bro.
But she's not intimidating. The fact that she really runs around here like she got with an authority that is unchecked is not intimidating to a witness.
I mean, it's effed up, but I have almost zero doubt in my mind that will be successful. I hope Judge Whitaker will rule on that without a hearing. Unless they have something I don't know about. Oh my God.
I just can't believe this, but I'm gonna tell you, as soon as I saw it, I was like, why well, he sure did. Because
let me see.
I just want him to stay off social media unless it's work related. Just because I know they're out to get you. They're out to get you. You don't get to just be out here free like everybody. I could share that post, okay? You can't share that post. You get to just look at Thugger Daily post it and be like, hell yeah. That's all you get to do. You don't get to repost it. You don't get, and I know that sucks, but right now, we don't want you. You don't need to be in jail. You don't get to do that. Like, you have to have very strict parameters, because in case he didn't see it already, you are public enemy number one. You are on the front of Funny Willis's burn book. You are on the front of that burn book. You don't get to do that. And I hate that, because like Kayla said, he has free speech. We live in America, but you don't get to do that. And where the hell is Trump? He ain't even my friend right now, but damn, I thought you would have had
coming to get your friend.
I thought he had
was coming to get her ass. Because at this point, you don't have anything else to do. You ain't got them backlog of grape kids taken care of. You ain't got this overflow situation in the Fulton County Jail taken care of. I ain't seen one dang on thing that y'all had the medicine for these folks, the daily food for these folks, or anything else. You just asked for more money because you said you were short-staffed, yet you trying to take on the very thing that helped drain you while you stealing money from other accounts. So you still ain't came up with the watch. You still ain't gave him all his stuff back, but you can find time to do this, but nothing else.
Bro, I really dislike those people over there. I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever, it's disgusting. That y'all gotta have something else to do. What's the crime rating for the county? I know somebody out there.
I was about to say, now wait a minute. You just sat up here and lied and told these people verbatim that on the low end, YSL was responsible for 80 to 85% of the crime in Fulton County. You locked them up for 30 months. What was the crime rate from the 30 months? Okay, cool. So now you got a crime rate that ain't no dang on different. Then you turn around and tell everybody that the reason why stuff is happening is because of them. Then they come out that ain't no type of right. Then you stick people up on here that haven't investigated shit, yet you paying them. You got Viverito tipping around on Instagram, but yet you paying her. You got a problem with what everybody do, and ain't nobody got to do their job but the people that's on probation. Them people got to make sure they on job, stay on point, show up on time, pay their fees. Everybody on dang on probation got to be on point, but your ass. I'm so sick of these dang on people. The crime rate ain't went down. You ain't did nothing. And for some reason, you can't figure out how to get that stiff ass broom you got on top of your head fixed, but had a household still jumping out with fucking sneaky with money. I'm so sick of these dang on people. I don't know what the dang on do. I just said the other day that I wish everybody, and y'all was talking about money. I just said the other day that I feel like what she's doing is draining people.
But hold on, how about Fonnie said she don't go with Nathan no more, but they was at the airport.
And she had braids. You know, when sisters get braids, they're ready for a good time. She had braids. I said she didn't give a damn about y'all. She didn't give a damn about being seen. She didn't even wear a little stiff wig. Funny had braids. Funny went to go. She went to go snorkeling. She was going to go snorkel, okay? I said, nah, baby. I saw that picture. I said, oh, she finna go have a good time. She got braids. I'm not a Trump fan at all. But Trump, damn it, I thought you was going to get your lick back come February. And here we are in April. And Fun is still up there with a dress on backwards causing hell in people's lives. I'm
trying to figure out how you got the
nerve. Threw us all the way off. I'm just sitting here
revoking somebody. You up here worried about revoking somebody in subpoenas and still ain't showed up for your.
And I'm sitting here reading it. I didn't know I was on mute, but I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, because I get the little alert. Child. I don't see that it's filed yet, though.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't ever want anybody's life to be in disarray or shambles or the mental anguish that this is probably about to put Thug in. But if there was ever a time where someone who did not get the right ending, get the
Hold on.
happy
How
ending,
can he threaten witnesses? Witnesses to what? What? I mean,
Good point. The trial over. How he threatening somebody?
let me tell y'all something. Still never thought this moment would come. You finna take him back in there? After you got spared and you didn't have to see Steele through to the end? He coming.
Somebody said when Brian Steele, I forgot her name on it. She said, when Brian Steele your lawyer, I guess you can tweet like that. And I said, I know Brian cussing him out.
well,
Somebody in
here's
this
the thing. Even if, I mean, maybe they're, I just feel like probation is black and white. There's no gray area. So if y'all didn't tell that man he couldn't say nothing about the second trial or nothing, he's not a mind reader. He don't know what y'all think. I don't know what is intimidating about somebody about somebody playing in our face.
Let me tell you something.
We are like,
because I'm through it. I don't want to say, God, I don't want to crash out because I really, sometimes I have to go woosah for a second and I don't even have a glass of wine. I don't have, let me tell you something. These people got so much going on and you still worried about this man for what?
It was filed at 7:48. Okay, let me see because I checked and when I checked it wasn't filed. So let me check again.
How you get back here? What you want?
Phone. His phone, Mom.
Out my office.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is, I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another, bro.
You got to show me.
First they got Miles messing with Miles.
And that's the craziest thing ever. But I said that I felt like once they got them at least hooked on probation, they were going to try something. Yeah, it's about time for an investigation at this point. Because my thing is, even if I am on probation,
to revoke probation, here we go. Oh Lord, 14 pages. Let me buy it. Hold on, y'all. Use this card. Where my card at? New. Is this my card? Wait, no. This say. Hold on. Let's see. I got so many cards on here. Okay.
A WTF moment in the middle of WTF. Okay.
I'm buying it, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, my stuff. Ooh, y'all. I feel sick. My baby can't take this. Y'all stressing my baby out.
Yeah. He didn't get all his belongings back, so they can't be mad about that. They still ain't coughed up the watch or the cost for it. Among other things, he did not get all of his stuff back. I really, really, really feel like coming after Lil Baby was he dropped a significant amount on the absolute defense that embarrassed them. And before he can help somebody else, he gonna need to help himself. They coming after him. They gonna come after anybody. He posted Viverito show. But my thing is, so the fuck what? So what? Me being on probation don't mean I can't post. They said Thugger Daily already posted the whole document.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm. Somebody just said don't pay us on Thugger Daily got the whole document.
It's only $7.
Oh.
Okay. Cause how I don't got time to do all this. How I gotta log on Twitter on my computer. Okay, hold on, let me see if I can do it. Okay. It let me log on. So let me see if I can open it.
He can't control his fans.
No, he posted, but I don't see the whole thing.
Somebody said he just dropped it.
I mean, I see screenshots of it.
He got a Jesus, Denver just took my dang on phone. He usually has a let me see if I can pull it.
10 minutes ago he said he was gonna upload it. Oh, here go to Google Drive. Hold on. Okay, let me see.
Denver got my phone. Let me see. It might come through on here where you send it.
I see my name on stuff. It's funny.
Oh, hell no.
What?
You said your name on it.
No, I'm going through the documents.
Oh, I'm about to say now. Wait a damn minute.
No. I don't see it, y'all. I could have been bought it by now. Hold on.
They using Miss Sylvia and Thugger Daily as exhibits. Oh hell.
Oh, I'm glad I've been off the internet. Cause I can't. At least I know they be watching, bro.
You know they do. Keisha said she'll send it to your IG. They said it's there.
No, email it to me. So I could just pull it up.
Here, let me see if I can
I'm gonna ask him to send it to me. Hold on.
Did it come through?
I can't Google Drive. Yep.
Okay, I just
Okay, here we go. Oh shoot.
She got it.
This is some. Well, now what happened to Mel? How I make this big? I don't know how to do this.
He said if the hate really real, pull up on her mama crib.
Okay, here we go. Can y'all see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. All right. On October 30th, 2024, okay, was sentenced to probation. No contact with the victim and the victim's family. Since sentencing, the defendant has engaged in conduct that directly threatens the safety. But where do that's okay? Investigator Marissa Vivarito is currently testifying in a multi-defendant gang murder preliminary hearing, which remains ongoing and set to reconvene. During this hearing, the court explicitly ordered that witnesses not be shown on television while testifying. Despite this order, Blogger. Oh my God. Deliberately violated this court directive by posting a so. Well, here she is in long.
They're saying she violate. Oh.
Whoa. On Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, Jefferson Williams amplified this act by reposting the image of casting Marissa Vivarito as the biggest liar in the DA's office. This post went viral quickly, amassing 2 million views. Viverito's home address and her parents' address were publicly posted, exposing them to girl. Oh, please. If
he didn't post this stuff.
Oh my God. A direct death threat against the elected. Oh, please.
This is not his post.
This is not an isolated incident. It is part of a calculated campaign of intimidation, harassment, and misinformation designed to undermine the legal process. Social media has been used as a tool to manipulate public perception, spread misinformation, and instill fear. These efforts have included an attempt to exploit the court's perceived stance of disdain toward the state by referring to Your Honor as YSL Whitaker. This ongoing manipulation and public perception through social media is intended to obstruct justice, silence witnesses, and threaten.
Abate.
That's who did this.
Yes.
Well, number one is right here. I mean, he just.
He Willis was saying that she, as a direct result of his post, that's what caused her address to be like, get the. I mean, oh.
The defendant's continued association with individuals actively involved in witness intimidation, threats of violence, and obstruction of justice is a clear.
So those posts were put by somebody else, and you trying to blame him for somebody else.
Y'all, it's like we are sitting here together. How do I get back to y'all?
And all of us got the what the.
We just sitting here together in disbelief.
I'm trying to remember who posted that. I remember that post, but I can't remember who that was. We don't have to say it, but I'm trying to remember who that was. Because it wasn't just this.
Sorry, y'all.
We ain't been doing nothing but sitting here in disbelief and silence together.
Hold on. Sorry, y'all. First of all, YSL Whitaker, y'all had to go take a shot. I'm sorry. I had to go take a shot.
Listen, I'm mad I don't have
Whitaker?
That's a threat?
You mad about YSL Whitaker?
And that's
a threat? How you mad about YSL Whitaker, but you ain't saying nothing about Drake?
Whoever said they mad because Paige Gang, get off the live right now.
Where'd that part go? No, the part right here. Is this Miss Sylvia, y'all?
Well, I'm gonna say yeah because they didn't post it Miss Sylvia, but I don't remember that post. Post being Miss Sylvia.
I don't either.
That's why I was trying to remember the post. I wasn't trying to put nobody else's name out there, but because I'm guessing. But there was a post when the second time she came, or the final time that she came into trial, and she said she didn't want to be.
I'm finna deactivate all
Y'all
this
tell
stuff.
me why did y'all think Miss Sylvia is on here?
Because the first exhibit.
Okay.
This is exhibit. When they get to exhibit A, can you see exhibit A? Show her.
It's so big. Yeah, this the thing we just. Oh God, we are smoking. Oh my God, we played.
Yeah, when it gets to exhibit A, this is exhibit A.
But this is a public picture.
It's a public picture. It's
been
going
around.
But that was not Miss Sylvia who made that post during the trial that says she doesn't want to be seen. Well, here she is.
No, this not current one. She's saying that too.
But I'm saying that was originally posted when it was a big hoopla.
They talking about this was just happening with 4PL.
Dumbass used to live at altitude and got married. Who was that? Young Thug said that.
She did though.
Wait, y'all, did Young Thug say that?
Or somebody know
because that's a blurb on top of his post. So somebody could have
shade room.
Shade room reposted that, so they could have put that on there.
No, somebody put that on their story and
somebody put that on their story and then put it on there. But then somebody posted that house.
I will personally make sure finding.
Now they too far.
That ain't Thug's name.
So Thug has a very diverse group of fans. Okay, very diverse group of fans. I think.
How do I get back to the screen, y'all? I'm lost. Hold on. Here I go. I can't take no more.
Even the one that posted the dang on picture of the house. That ain't Thug's name. That's not Thug's name. That ain't Thug's name. That ain't none of Thug's name.
Dang, y'all. And we done played the. Oh, man. Well.
Listen, who better than Brian Steele to handle this and Keith Adams? But I know they're going to be on their phone cussing him out. Like, stay your ass off social media.
They said he just posted
social media. Stay off social media.
He just posted again.
Now, Thug, stay off, friend.
Now, I don't know if that's true.
I just can't, y'all. Well, I hope Jeffrey ain't on here.
He did. He said, I don't make, we'll say treats, but I think he meant threats. I don't make treats. Okay. We don't make treats. It's some things going on. Okay. I don't make threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening anyone or definitely participate in threatening anyone. I'm all about peace and love. 51 seconds ago, he did.
Yeah, right. Everybody on there talking about we don't
control over them people. He don't have no control over them people. And furthermore, I don't need Thug to tell me that her ass a lie. Now, how about that one? She sat up there and made her ass a lie under oath.
She is a liar. She is. Look at me. I need to get on my page. She is a liar. She's a liar.
Like my grandmama would have said, "You's a lie and the truth ain't in you."
Thugger Daily talking about we know. He said somebody said good thing he said treats.
Boy, listen, he got stuff going on now. Shit.
Bro.
Well, he got like 30 seconds, an hour to edit it. So I hope so. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
My thing is, instead of somebody calling her out for being a liar, they double down and stand behind her on her bullshit.
Yeah, this is too much for me to take.
Let it end. The trial is over.
It's too much for me to take.
Let it in. They about to have dang on YSL going on and on and on for the next 27 years and Moon Tunk ass on probation. I just don't like what the hell.
Don't bring up my Moon Tunk. Don't, because I still can see them cuffing him and taking. Like I really thought he was. I'm like, she not gonna do
When and that's the part that pisses me off when they had emails.
Her YSL with, because she ain't gang.
Had black and white knowing that love was a damn lie. They all know they lie. Bro, they all know it's a lie, and instead of just letting well enough alone and going on about their business, you just want to double down on it until you don't look like a lie. You look foolish.
This is retaliation.
Absolutely. This is exactly retaliation.
You could have called that man lawyer and said, hey, tell Thug take that post down. Don't post it like that. Because I really don't think he posted it.
My thing is, he don't have that law on him.
I don't think he posted it. And someone just brought this to my attention. When Viverito was testifying, he was gone already.
Exactly.
I don't think he posted that wishing her any ill will. He's speaking his mind. She's the bigger guy in the DA.
And she's not even in the DA's office, so it's not even accurate.
She don't even know where she at. She on Instagram.
Right. We don't even know where she's at.
She on Instagram. Flying somewhere to go listen to some dang on tapes. I don't know which one of you rappers in Atlanta didn't take one for the team and take the ugly girl home that night, but that she is never gonna let it go. But you can tell her mess goes unchecked.
Doug is getting serious and getting his laptop out the truck.
Why is Doug? Is he on live, y'all?
Yes.
He about to go to.
Oh my God!
No, this is funny. What? This is funny right here.
I'm her. Do y'all know TikTok took my post down because I said Paige said that? I said, first of all, I can say the word. She can't.
Let me get on.
He said these ends.
They said my Dougie, my fresh is 85 motherfucking hot. I'm tapping on the wrong one.
Child. Well, on that note,
yeah,
yes, everybody, let's go to Doug's TikTok. And
I just can't believe this, y'all.
We will definitely reconvene.
We'll be here next week. We all watching cases.
We all watching cases.
Kayla, can we get a baby update? How's the baby?
Well, next week will be I will be entering into second trimester. So hopefully I will be okay.
You'll be okay. Okay, friend. I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so, Kayla.
I got these little patches.
I can't wait to meet the baby. You know I like the babysit. So when you come to Atlanta, I got you.
Okay. Well, it's a long line.
I love babies.
It's a long line.
It's fine. I love babies. It's not mine. So you and your friends want to go out? Call me because I'm in the house. I'm in the house. Call me.
I can't go out in Atlanta.
Thank you, Tori.
I got you. She said,
so you want to come back? Houston, but I can't go out. If y'all don't never notice, I ain't been out in Atlanta since December 17th.
Dang.
Okay. Yeah, my Dougie, my fresh is pissed. He should be.
Well, it was so fun seeing my girls in this capacity and not the group text. And it's also good seeing all of you all too. Thank you guys.
I know, like y'all, we got 800 people on here.
Okay, period. Y'all must missed us.
They missed us.
Okay. But yes, y'all, I'll see y'all in the morning for Karen Read. T, what are you watching again?
Well, right now, I just been doing trial watch with Miss J. Right now, I'm doing a filler because I'm watching the Arizona versus Daybell.
Oh yeah.
I heard that.
And the TK case. It's so much stuff.
TK, we were going over that today, but TK's case started yesterday. So we were watching that in between. I'm also right now this week I'm watching Michigan versus Sturmer. That's the lady who got her life conviction overturned. They said she beat her husband, burned her husband, and somehow he ran out the house on fire and she ran him over with a van. So they turned around and said she didn't get a fair trial. She got out back in 2018, and now she back on trial. So I'm watching it, but I haven't been doing updates on it because I'm not gonna continue with it. Because once Daybell give her opening statements on Monday, baby, listen, it's going.
I did also wanted to briefly talk about Melly getting a bond hearing, but
I saw that.
Yeah.
So, yes, y'all. After WTF, I don't know if I can do it. I wanted to, but I'm sorry, y'all. This Thug News has. I might get on TikTok for a little, but I was gonna watch his hearing from yesterday, but he gets a bond hearing. I love that. I love that. He deserves a bond hearing. He's been in jail over 2,000 days. He deserves a bond hearing.
He deserves it.
All right, well, see you guys next week.
See y'all. I'm going to TikTok. See y'all later.
I'm going to TikTok.
All right. Bye bye.